Welcome back to another episode of Monster. I am so happy that I actually got the time to watch a little bit of Monster. I'm really excited about going back into it and seeing what Johan has been up to, and if we're getting closer to like a confrontation or something, I do feel like there must be something along those lines. And also, what like the secret of Nina and Johan is in the end, because we have found breadcrumbs here and there and everywhere, but it's still not, we still don't have a complete picture, so let's get into this. Let's hope nobody dies, that we do like 3, 2, 1, let's go. Yeah, son. This Nina's mother. I mean, she is blonde, but she looked really rough, so. Ooh. Got like home video. The man. Berman. Eldest son is family. Okay. His name doesn't matter. Franz, huh? Moravian. Blonde hair, blue eyes. It's not important. That it was his mission. And who did order the experiments? Like, what was the... Okay. I didn't want to play part. Let's run away. And he died, I assume. I mean, I guess he wasn't Bonaparte though. They didn't need him anymore. They only needed the children.
せて、彼に合わせて、彼に合わせて、彼に合わせて。彼女は知っていた。
He was
彼は
dead.
もうこの世にはないだろうということを。
The open windows, but the bars in front of it.
お腹の子は順調に発育していた。双子だった。顔をこちらに。彼女は気づき始めていた。よく訪ねてくるこの男。彼女の姿をスケッチしていくこの男。この男こそこの実験の首謀者である。
And that's France.
私は許さない。あなたを決して許さない。私が死んでも私の中でどんどん大きくなっていくこの子たちが必ずあなたに復讐する。
君は面白いことを言うね。臨月を迎え、出産の時が来た。息みをそらすため別室に移された時、ついに彼女は行動に出た。
She... Holy shit.
幅数十センチ。
Barely wide enough.
激しい陣痛に見舞われながら、彼女は通気口から脱出した。
That is willpower.
倒れていたのは門から数十メートルの路上。すでに破水が始まっていた。なんて美しい、なんて美しい子たちなんだ。この子たちが人類の未来を担う子供たちなのですね。素晴らしい。
あの子たちの名前を考えたの？
余計なことは考えなくていい。
考えたの？あの子たちの名
考えなくていい。
前。名前を。あの子たちに名前を。あの子たちに。
名前などいらないんだ。
They don't need names. Bro driving a Mercedes. Oh no, that's the car that's like Nina is in.
そうだ。ヨハンは彼の居場所を私に聞いた。
ボナパルタは生きているの？
私は許さない。あなたを決して許さない。私が死んでも、私の中でどんどん大きくなっていくこの子たちが、必ずあなたに復讐する。
This is what Johan is trying to fulfill.
フランツ・ボナパルタは生きているのね。
A dilapidated building. What are they doing here? Is he here? Are we gonna meet him? Or are we gonna switch to Tenma? Of course we're gonna switch to Tenma.
この先に病院がある。ヨハンの居場所を教えればそこへ運ぶ。このままだとお前は出血多量で死ぬぞ。
早く言いなさいよ。
とんだ医者だ。銃で僕を撃つ。挙句にこんなに出血させて脅迫とはね。
ヨハンはどこだ？
とんだ医者だ。
早く言いなさいよ。早く。
知らないものは知らない。
エヴァ、あそこに公衆電話がある。この車に出血多量の怪我人が乗っていると病院に電話してくれ。
何言ってるの？もう少しでこいつはヨハンの。
これ以上は命に関わる。早く電話を。
Tenma's got a Tenma. Or does he have something to say when it's just the two of them? No.
ああ、また助けちゃった。結局あんたはいつもこうだ。あんたには人は殺せない。会いたがっていたよ。教えてあげるよ。ヨハンの居場所。
Ooh. So he did know. Interesting.
ケンゾ、すぐに病院から救急車が駆けつけるわ。早くこの場から逃げ。
He's gone. Is he gonna pull the trigger?
言ったよ。あんたに伝言だ。これ以上巻き込むことはできない。
Of course.
君の人生を台無しにした。本当にすまない。幸せになってくれ。だとさ。どうして泣くんだ。わからない。僕には全然わからない。
All right, Nina. Special Agent Nina's going in. Yeah, this used to be like some pretty fancy house. Or mansion or villa or whatever. Ooh, isn't that like the staircase of the in the OP? I do wonder if this house has any significance or... Because we're not in the Czech Republic, so... It's her, right? That's Nina. Or maybe it's Johan coming back and they flee together. But these are the outfits that we saw them in when they were like found at the Czech border, right?
担当食べ。そんなに慌てて食べると喉に詰まるぞ。
よほどお腹が空いていたのね。
どこから来たんだい君たちは。
お名前は？
全然喋ろうとしないんだね。まあいい。お腹がいっぱいになったらゆっくり話を聞こうか。
I hope they didn't die.
どうします？
どうするって？
あの子たち、本当に親がいないんじゃないかしら。
いたとしても帰りたくない理由があるとかな。
私たち子供が欲しかったわね。
ああ。
私たちで引き取って。
バカなことを言うな。いや、きつい言い方をして悪かった。とにかく警察に電話しよう。
どうしたの僕？
見て見て、綺麗なお花。おじさんとおばさんにあげてくるね。
もういいんだ。
え？
言っただろ。いい計画があるって。
Has he killed them? That would be morbid. But the flowers, it kind of feels like it. Holy shit, Johan.
やっと会えたね。あの時、赤いバラの屋敷から逃げ出して、3匹のカエルの部屋にたどり着いた僕を、君は迎えてくれた。だから今度は僕が君に言うよ。おかえり。ハイデルベルク、20歳の誕生日。君を迎えに行ってから、ずいぶん時間が過ぎてしまった。
迎えに来た。あなたは殺しに来たのよ。あなたはフォルトナーさんを、そしてリーベルトさんを、今まで私たちに優しくしてくれた人たち、みんなあなたが殺したのよ。
生き返ってくれ。
Great transition.
いや、今日は気持ちのいい日だねって言ったんですよ。
ああ。運転手さん。
はいよ。
もう少し急いでくれないか。
Ooh, we're going back here.
僕を撃てよ。
殺して。
僕が助けてやる。
あの時みたいに撃つかい？
ええ。 もうすべて終わりにするわ。
終わり。終わりってなんだろう。終わり。終わり。終わり。終わり。終わり。終わり。
What is the end?
終わりの世界を見てきた。
Oh, that shot is amazing.
終わりってなんだろう。
終わるわ。あなたが死んで、私も死ぬ。見てきた。何を見てきたの？あなた、何を見てきたの？
What did he see?
あなたは知らない。話してあげるわ。本当の恐ろしい話を。
Ooh, okay, new information.
ただいま。
I mean, not really new information, right? This is what you had been saying. I don't know what it means. Right here coming into the door and then greeting herself. What does it mean? Is that like metaphysical or is it like actual? Ooh, this is like new as well, right? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, it's that one. Meeting the monster outside of yourself. Okay, right. We are not going to wait. You're gonna get a double today, but maybe maybe I'll have to set out for the next week on that. We'll talk about some of the cinematography of episode 66 as well, but not right now. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
大丈夫だ。頑張れ。
Alright, we're going back through that.
殺して。
僕が助けてやる。
The sun in the background, right? The pillar between them.
あの時みたいに撃つかい。
ええ。もうすべて終わりにするわ。
終わり。
What is the end?
ってなんだろう。終わり。
What end?
終わり。終わり。終わり。終わり。終わり。
I've seen many ends.
何度も終わりの世界を見てきた。
Seen the end many times. Yes, you have.
終わり
Even with the bullet in the head.
終わるわ。あなたが死んで、私も死ぬ。見てきた。何を見てきたの？
I've seen it. What did you see?
何を見てきたの？あなたは知らない。話してあげるわ。本当の恐ろしい話を。
It's a really frightening tale. And then she's coming in through the door and we got OP probably. home. Of course we have OP. Ah! Don't tease me like this. Monster does that a couple of times, or did that a couple of times, in like within the last few episodes now, that they repeated an entire sequence of the last episode in the next episode. I do feel like, yes, maybe we need to have that because like we need to everybody to actually pay attention enough to be in the moment and know what's happening. But at the same time, I feel like for people who pay attention already, it's kind of like really hard to bear because you already know what's happening here. I mean, it's a cool moment, right? And some of the shots are really great, but like having that long sequence before the OP is kind of really annoying for me. Also, it's not the same staircase. All right, holy shit. The symmetry here and slight asymmetry. 2 here, 2 here, 1 here. Tell us, Nina, tell us.
本当の恐ろしい話。僕が見たいろいろな話。
Don't you mean the things I saw?
僕が君に話したあのいろいろな話。
Things I told you about. Memory is a reconstructive process, right?
部屋から連れ去られて僕が入れられたところは壁のない真っ暗闇の部屋だった。
Pitch black room with no walls.
どこを触ってもおかしな感触の上下左右の感覚のない部屋。でも
Sensory deprivation?
僕を監視しているのは分かった。全く音のない部屋。いや、時々どこからか悲鳴のような声が聞こえた。どこからともなく差し入れられる食事。
From somewhere. But how do you not know how up and down is then?
数え続けた。5、6、7、11、12、13。
So it's like probably 13 days, 23 days.
その数もよくわからなくなった頃。
You lost count. Okay.
そこにあの男が立っていた。
France.
いいかい、よくお聞き。人間はね、何にだってなれるんだ。
おや、君みたいな小さな子供がこんなところを歩いていていいのかな。
いや、この子は例の。
この子が。
Are these all the couples?
ここが素晴らしい。なんて美しい子だ。見てください、この子ですよ。この子が例の。
They're looking so creepy.
成果ですね。この子が例の。この子が。
Right, and here we have the wine glass. That's probably gonna get dropped at some point.
挨拶の言葉は断片的にしか覚えていない。
Right. And everything is so bright because he was in complete darkness. And they're all gonna die from the wine. $42. Interesting number.
フランツ・ボナパルタ一人を残して僕は走ったあそこから逃げ出すために
But why does she remember it? Because of what she's been told? I mean, memories are reconstructive. And I guess twins have a special connection. Just,
僕は話し続けた何日も何日も僕が体験したことすべてを
違う。
is he or does she not want to believe it? Ooh, and Tenma arrives at the scene. Who shot whom? Did she... I think it was Nina, but... Did she hit? Oh, and she wants to do it. Wants to take herself out.
Nina. 聞いてるかい、ニナ。落ち着くんだ。ニナ。私だ。天馬だ。わかるね。私だ。そうだ。落ち着いて。よし、いい子だ。もういい。もういいんだ。
She's not talking to him.
お帰りって言ったのは私じゃない。お帰りって言ったのは私が言ったのは。
Yeah. So
ただいま。
おかえり。
yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
ヨハンは間違ってる。
Yeah.
ヨハンは私の話を聞いただけ。バラの屋敷に連れて行かれたのは
Was her.
バラの屋敷に連れて行かれたのは私なの。
So why does he believe that he was the one? So I assume she didn't kill him.
3匹のカエルのあの階段を引きずられる
Because I don't see his body.
壁のない真っ暗な部屋の中で食事の数だけ数えていたのも、あのたくさんの死体の中に立っていたのも
Was her.
全部。
Yeah, I thought because of the shoes, right? Like the shoes didn't look like Johan's shoes. So who is right and who is wrong here? Because one of them has to be mistaken. They can't have both been there. Oh, this is like PTSD. She's having flashbacks, actually. I mean, we talked about that before, but... But why was Johan dressed up like that? Or does he just... Is that how he sees himself, or how they saw them? Because she has the memories too. This is so confusing. Black bows.
ただいま。
おかえり。
Did he have her take his place? But right, they wouldn't have them being dressed up like that. If that was the case.
全部話して。
あのね。あのね。
私は話した。何日も何日も。
もういい。
私は自分の体験をヨハンに話した。
So he...
私の体験を。
もういいんだ。
Yeah, so he didn't have to experience it.
自分の体験だと思い込んで。
Like he has all his life.
もういいんだ。
It's not.
すべて話したわ。さっきヨハンに。ヨハンは私の話を聞いて笑ってるように見えた。でも泣いているようにも見えた。あんな人間の顔見たことない。私には撃てなかった。でもきっと彼は自分を破壊するわ。私と同じように。
ダメだ。
私も自分を破壊するように。
ダメだ。ダメだ。君が死んだら、君に何かあったら、
He couldn't forgive himself.
私はどうすればいい？君が死んだら、私はどこへ行けばいい？生きていてくれ。お願いだ。どんなことがあっても。お願いだから。
Yeah, in a way, she's all he can hold on to at this point.
ああ、私だ。山荘近くで車が発見された。
ああ、崖下に落とされている。中でエドワルドが殺されている。やったのは多分。
Hmm.
ハンはおそらくフランツ・ボナパルタを
Yeah.
行くだろう。プラハに彼の息子がいる。私はヨハンにそのことを教えた。
So maybe we're gonna pick up with him again.
ただ、それだけでことが終わるかどうか。
Yeah, who knows?
彼の崩壊がそれで収まるかどうか。妹の記憶、彼女の記憶から抜け落ちているもの。ヨハンの中にはもう一つあの記憶が。
A memory that is inside of Johan but not in her.
想像しようとしたものは一体何だったんだろう。フランツ・ボナパルタ。
Who shot him? Oh. Alright. So long, we won't miss you. Now almost everybody is dead. The original ones. Tenma having hope. This is literally the essence of this entire series. Tenma's like just like on hopium.
やあ、本当によく来てくれたね。君の方から来てくれるなんて。さあ、入って入って。今ちょうどお茶を入れたとこなんだ。君に僕の自慢のお茶を飲んでもらいたかったんだ。
Who the fuck are you talking to? Johan, okay. No, or Lunga or Johan.
気に入ってくれたかい？特製のハーブティーだ。
Johan. Yeah, I was like, who else is so like white skinned?
よほどの大事な要件だね。何でも言ってくれよ。準備はすぐにできる。次は誰を殺すんだい？え？変な冗談やめてくれよ。やめてくれよ。
夢から覚めたんだよ。
疲れてるんじゃないのか。計画はどうするんだい？
覚めたんだ。
ちょっと待てよ。それじゃあ何のために僕はあれだけの資金を集めたんだ？
夢から覚めたんだ。
何のために僕は何人も殺したんだ？
たくさんの終わりの風景。でも今は違う風景が見えるんだ。
I see something different, huh?
本当の終わりの風景。
A true end. Oh, that terrifies me, I'm not gonna lie. A memory that only I have. Place we're supposed to go. Like Tenma just said. Like, also what a frame. No loose ends. Oh? More? Ah. They were supposed to go somewhere, like back somewhere. Ruenheim. And Lunge found it. Lunge's like, I'm 3 steps ahead of y'all. Ooh. Is that a new frame or is it like the beginning that I haven't noticed? Oh, yeah. Walk in the moonlight, meet the monster, right. I'm hamstring it. Okay, what do we have next? Dita? Probably not. Longer episode, cool. Ooh, Grammar. Didn't think I'd see you again. Alright, bro. Very, very interesting. Alright, it's super warm, but let's walk it back. Let's walk it back. And since we had like that last part here, which was basically a part of the other episode, I don't even have to go back to episode, whatchamacallit, right? So we do have the final reveal that, well, for now, the final reveal that it wasn't Johan's memories, it was Nina's memories. Right? I'm home, Ocarina Sai. I love the framing of this because like Johan against the sun, you barely see his, like, you don't see his facial expression. You only see like his form basically and his fit. It's like you can't look at him because he's too, like, because there's too much brightness here. Right. What is the end? And we start asking that and we look at like desolate landscapes and broken glass and killed people and Kinderheim and him looking at the burning thing and him looking at Franz Bonaparte, him looking at Nina, all of these things, right? Seen the end many times. And then we have this iconic shot. Holy shit, that is a shot and a half. Right, what? Bro, what? That is an insane shot, right? Him standing here still in the dark, her standing in the light, the post right in the middle, separating both rooms. Both of them have the clear sky above them partially, right? Johan more so, and Nina a little bit, but also she's kind of under a dilapidated roof as well, right? So there's more encasing her, and for Johan there's more being free, right? And we have that flow of the picture, which is like that is an amazing shot. I ain't gonna lie. And then we finally like see his face. Right, isn't it what I saw? And then we are talking about that. And he's talking about, I still don't know why he wouldn't know where is up, down, left, right, because up, down he needed to know, unless he was kind of like in a weird contraption or something. Either way, he was like sensory deprivated, for sure. He got food for probably more than 30 days. And then Bonaparte went in and he was like, you listen up. You can become anything. And this is the moment where I was like, that's Nina, right? Although the bows are black. I could have sworn that later on Nina's bows were not black, like on the shoes. But yeah, that's kind of like shoes a girl would wear. So I was like, is that really Johan, or is it, or if it is, why do they dress him up so weirdly, right? Like stuff like that. Franz Bonaparte casually killing 42 people, which is 42 is also the answer of like the answer to everything, right? Like shout out A Space Odyssey. But yeah, Oh, these shots. Look at these fucking shots, dude. The reflection in the mirror, right, with the focus pull. We have like, we saw that multiple times, right? Him grabbing his arm is really a great like transition from like her running through it. The broken chandelier, right? Like we see the scenery that they are in, and the flowers, right? Like from the flowers, as if we're lying down, looking up at the building, not seeing clearly, almost like a death scene. And now he's standing imposing, right? His entire figure is imposing on her as she's waning in her she's waning in her determination. And look how she is dressed in like very or more vivid colors, and he's dressed in like brownish gray, and he's also very like his entire form is very gray in this shot. And she's like, no, that's not true. Again, she takes in a lot of space, but he is so high that he's kind of like his presence is pushing down on her. What he's saying to her is basically like weighing on her here. Really cool also how the pillar is bent here, right? We have a slight like lens distortion going on. And the wind is picking up. And as the wind is picking up, we have a shoe coming into the frame and we see Tenma arriving. The shot is taken, he's going up. Really cool and creative how we see him through like little gaps in the roof and whatnot, right? Like the way he's moving through the environment, how the environment is passing him by and he's passing it by. And he's arriving at this scene, like all of the light flushing down on her. Gun to the head, right? At that desperation point. And he's trying to be very calm. He's not like, right? Because any sudden movement, any sudden like very loud noise or talking to her in a very agitated manner could make her pull the trigger. So he's like talking very calmly and trying to get her out of it. Obviously, as somebody who's a neurosurgeon, he might have some experience with that. Not as much as maybe a police officer or a psychologist, but enough to know how to approach a situation like that. And him as like a person of trust is obviously probably the only one who could have stopped her doing it. So he puts the gun away as the first thing. Right, and she's like, no, that wasn't him, it was me. Right, and she's telling everything. I was the one who said, welcome home. And everything is getting great, the transition was great. Right, and her shoes are like, the bows on her shoes are black too. Right, so they have matching outfits. Johan only heard what I told. I do wonder what that means for a story, right? Or for Johan in general, because she has experienced the trauma firsthand while Johan has experienced it secondhand. It's very interesting. Do wonder what that means. Was he the way he was from the beginning on, right? And was that some kind of thing where he made it so that she got taken and actually put through this so she can tell him without him actually taking any like damage or being compromised by it, but he can still experience it secondhand? Or was it a thing that just happened, right? That was forced upon them, the two of them, and he was just like, I need to know this as well, right? And through like secondhand identification, especially since the two of them are twins, and kind of like just like there's a lot of phenomenon when it comes to twins, especially if they grew up together, where there's like shared sensory inputs and shared feelings. Maybe not like directly like one-to-one, but there's like I do assume for myself, I think it's kind of logical to explain that by saying we all have mirror neurons, right? We all have the capacity to have empathy and feel what other people are feeling to a degree, because we can kind of put ourselves into their shoes and understand their reality. Now, if you have twins that grew up together, right? Same genetic code for the most part, right? Same social circle, same experience altogether, then you do have a way higher capacity for empathy and like mirror neurons and all of these things happening, right? So that's how I explain it. I'm like, okay, he can feel that, right? And maybe through time and whatever processes happened there, he either taught himself, or maybe Franz Bonaparte taught him, or maybe like he just inadvertently, subconsciously integrated that into himself and thought it was his own memories. It could be the other way around as well, though, right? It could be that Nina thinks it's her memories and it's actually not. And right, you know what I mean? But in this case, I guess we have put things around and twisted and twisted and twisted so often that I think it would make logical sense to have this as the final reveal of like, yeah, it was Nina. And then what do we do with that, right? How do we, right? What was the plan here? And maybe the plan of Franz Bonaparte was actually to subject her to it, because he can't have his like precious main subject Johann be exposed to this, because it would destabilize him too much. So the idea is expose her to it and have her tell Johann everything, and with the increased empathy and their twin nature, see what happens, right? To expose him passively to this trauma instead of actively. But I don't know, right? A grand experiment, maybe be like, okay, these are like, we have all kinds of like potential genetic conditions of like people, right? That we kind of, and maybe Franz Bonaparte didn't even care about that, and that was just his cover story, and he was like, oh yeah, right, like, oh you're Nazis, all right, cool, you kind of like obsessed with all of that genetic stuff and whatnot. Let me just, right, we're gonna have a grand experiment, build the perfect lead or whatever, right? And he had his own goals actually in mind and just used these people. And then he's like, the grand party, it's like, oh, that's the child, that's like the new like leader of our world and whatever. And he's like, I'm gonna poison everyone here because now I have gotten what I wanted from them, and nobody's gonna know, and then I'm gonna actually fulfill the thing that I wanted to do with my experiment. So yeah, very interesting. But yeah, we got like last episode, we got the confirmation that they're not the children of Franz Bonaparte. Good to know. Good to know. I mean, it could have been, right, with Nina having such a close connection, also immediate connection to the son of Franz Bonaparte. I thought maybe they're kind of like step siblings or something like that, where there's like a connection that you immediately feel kind of deal, right? But yeah, apparently not. Apparently it was just like two lovebirds falling in love and whatnot, and it was the mission for the man, but the man got cold feet because he was like, I actually love her, and like I don't want to do this shit anymore, and then they tried to flee and he got killed, and she had to bear the children, and now the children are experiments, and like terrible shit. Yeah. And she's like convinced she is the one who ran away. She's the one who came back, right? And now we do see actually in her facial features that it's her, and we see in Johann's facial features that it's him. I mean, I wouldn't want to argue that it was like that before as well, right? It felt that way, right? It looked like it could be Johann, especially with the switcheroo that Johann did with like dressing up as her in one of the earlier episodes, which was like the perfect setup, right? Like the perfect foreshadowing for this twist right here. And now we do hear, I think, in another voice, we do hear the Ocarina Sai. Right. Tell me everything. Let me tell you. It's like, oh, right, that's okay. Johann took my experience and made them his own, right? He has done that partially for some people, right? No, it's not your fault, right? Like either it was a scheme of Bonaparte or it was a scheme of Johann as a child, which is scary on its own. Or, right, or it was a happenstance. Either way. Through the roof, really cool how we framed that shot. I told him everything. Back then Johann listened and Mian looked like he was about to smile, but he also looked like he was about to cry. I never saw anybody make a face like that. So there is like that deep empathy and that identification definitely going on. I mean, people will have that sometimes, that they heavily identify with a person and then it's almost like they shared the experience, right? That is a phenomenon. The question is, I don't know how well researched it is. Could probably look into that. There's a lot of concepts in this series that are very interesting and actually real, but where I am not sure how well researched they are and how real the display of them is. He will destroy himself, just like me. And Tenma's like, if something happened to you, what would I do, right? Where would I go? This is very interesting because you could express it differently, right? You could be like, okay, if something happened to you, I couldn't live with myself, right? Like that I let it happen. But what he's saying is, I need you, right? As a person, we share so much of like a shared reality. We have been through so much. What would I do without you, right? And I do wonder if it's like a savior complex thing in the way of like, right? As I said before, if you died, I couldn't, right? I couldn't like this is, right? It's not that I would miss you, but more like that. If you died, I couldn't forgive myself in that way. Or if it's more of a, actually, I would miss you a lot if you died, and right? I don't know how to interpret that, but either way, there's a lot of like connection, obviously, between the two of them. And I think it was very important that he kind of can maybe ground her in a way, because I feel like Nina grounds Tenma. In many of the interactions they had, she grounded Tenma. And in many of the interactions they had, also Tenma grounded Nina. And we do have these expressions that we had before, where it's like, I want to see him, right? Also, what would happen to Dieter if you died, Nina? Come on. Dieter would be very sad. I didn't quite get that, I'm gonna be honest. Who is this guy again? But he's one of the goons, right? He kind of found a car near the mansion, yeah, fell down a cliff. Edward was killed inside the car. Who the fuck was Edward again? The one who killed him is probably... Oh, okay, no, now I'm putting it together, right? Like, Chapek killed Edward, right? Like, who was the chauffeur and bodyguard. And now they're like, holy shit, bro just betrayed us and killed one of us, right? One of our bodyguards. And I think maybe, like, the idea of killing Chapek is, we're gonna kill him before he kills us. Which is like, well, you kind of dug your own grave, my dude. But yeah, he's like, I told him, like, Franz Bonaparte's son is in the Czech Republic, and this is where Nina was. Nina knows exactly where he is. So, boom, and now he's out. Alright, no comment. They're all gonna destroy each other. And now we're talking about the place where we could be. I don't know who this is, right? Like, is it like the de facto like family father kind of dude who has like been just anonymously been like the registered father figure of him, or is it somebody I just don't remember anymore? Because I can't remember him, honestly. Or maybe he's just a crazy guy that he used to kill somebody with. Right? Bro is like, I've awakened from my dream, which is such a poetic way to say it, but it's true, right? It's true. Nina's like, you're wrong. That was my memory. And maybe he's like, oh shit. And that's awakened him kind of deal. I mean, he has awakened before, right? In episode 33, where he read the children's book and kicked that whole thing off, right? Of Franz Bonaparte and looking after him and whatnot. So imposing again, right? Bro is big in the screen, but Johann is bigger. He's like all the way up there. And then put a cap in his ass. And Lunge is the first boy to make it to Ruhenheim, which supposedly is that place there where they all converge, I guess. Yeah, that was Monster. Episode 66 and 67, I really enjoyed those. A lot of really cool and great reveals. I do hope that it doesn't lose its pace right now, because that's very important in my opinion. I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you did, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Check out my other series, really cool stuff. Girls Last Tour, which I'm doing on Patreon right now. It's gonna come eventually. We got Vinland Saga, we got Disco Elysium, we got a lot of cool older reactions, not older series. Frieren, Bocce the Rock, Made in Abyss, all of that goodness. Go check it out. I would really appreciate it. Arcane too, but you've probably seen that already. See you next time.